welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. Once again, we're going to be taking a secondary look at a character that we've looked at before. This is the one case, though, where the guy we're going to be taking a look at today is, of course, my war chief, who shall always be my war chief, regardless of who the current leadership is of the Horde. Thrall. My war chief right here. Regardless of what people say about Sylvanas being the current war chief, forget that. This is my war chief. I'll follow this guy to the ends of Azeroth and beyond. Sylvanas does not really give me that kind of inspiration in her leadership. But anyway, regardless, forgetting about that, switching from WoW back to Heroes of the Storm, this is a case where Thrall really hasn't received that much of a change. A lot of the stuff he has is essentially still the same. I will say, obviously I have his master skin now, as you can see here, what he wore in Mists of Pandaria. How I have played him is a little different. I don't really go with a Frostwolf Resilience build anymore like I used to. I think it was kind of more so having to do with what I used to know about him when he first launched, along with battle momentum. That's why it works so well. Whereas now, it's more so the build I think he's more used to getting now is Rolling Thunder, Ride the Lightning so it hits more enemies, level 7 Follow Through so he can do more damage with his basic attacks. Here's the thing though that has changed. It's no longer a requirement to take Sundering. They have now made Earthquake a very viable choice. In fact, it used to have just a 60-second cooldown. Now, it has a 100-second cooldown. Why? Because they made it so strong, it required a longer cooldown. It slows enemies in the area by 70%, and now it deals damage. It deals 50 damage, and does 3 pulses, but, man, I'll tell you what, this has become quite a very good viable choice now compared to how it used to be. And now some people are changing their comps. In fact, you will usually today see comps including Thrall and Rhaegar having Earthquake and Bloodlust now, which is a pretty interesting meta choice now, and it can work pretty well. At 13, if they have a very tanky warrior or even a double warrior comp, Giant Killer, always kind of a really good one because it does extra damage to their health. 16, usually I think Tempest Fury is probably the one some people like to go with. You could go with Blood for Blood. It's not a bad choice. Forked Lightning is also, when you think about it, it could be also a really good choice, especially if you're having him be the solo laner that he can be. And then at 20, as I said before, in the last time we took a look at Thrall, any of these 3 choices, depending on how you built him, is fine. Some people even like Bolt of the Storm. I've never been a fan of Bolt of the Storm. To me, it's a generic talent for teleportation. I think, it doesn't necessarily need to be here. I think eventually they got to get rid of Bolt of the Storm. Give him another talent that's more unique for the character. That's one of the things I agree with Palytime, is that get rid of generic talents like these and give them more talents that are more unique for the character. Instead of Bolt of the Storm, give him something else that has to do with like buffing his Frostwolf Resilience, or something along the lines that pertains just to Thrall, as opposed to a talent that goes for only certain people. Does that make sense? So these days, if I play Thrall, that's usually the kind of build I go with Earthquake, and then Nexus Blades, yeah, it does more damage, but if you find yourself in a lot of team fights where it's all 5 against all 5, Earth and Shields is not a bad choice, because then you can be able to give your teammates shields, which is a pretty nice choice. Oh, and by the way, he now rides this Elemental Lion, because, of course, elements guide me. Though these days, they're not guiding him very well. But I may talk about that in a bit. For now, let's just get into a match and see the new Thrall, with the new Earthquake in action.
Glory to the Horde.
That's right, my war chief. Glory to the Horde. And of course, it's sad that Chris Metzen, he has decided to ride off into the sunset and just, be a family man, I guess, now. Which is fine. Although I did hear that he is still planning to come back to continue doing the voice of Thrall. He's not necessarily going to be doing creative stuff anymore. You know, like helping with the creative direction of games like Warcraft, StarCraft, and Overwatch. More so just, as far as I know, he's still going to be doing the voices of the characters he's been known for. Now, of course, he used to do Varian. Varian, as you guys know, is no longer in Warcraft. He's now just in Heroes of the Storm because Gul'dan murdered him. But, of course, Thrall is still around. Somewhat. Whenever he decides to return from finding himself.
Of course.
But, you know, as you guys can tell, I'm a huge fan of Thrall's character, and I just want him to come back and be like, you know, I want him to take back his position as War Chief away from Sylvanas. I want him to come back, challenge Sylvanas for leadership of the Horde as the War Chief, and that the rest of the Horde gets behind him and they're like, yeah, we want Thrall as our War Chief, not you, Sylvanas, we don't trust you. You know, you guys know what I'm saying, right? A lot of people, like, hardly anyone ever agrees with me on that, though. A lot of people are like, nah, Thrall's gone. They're like, he's not coming back. I'm like, no, don't say that. Pretty much everyone thinks Thrall is no longer going to be, an important factor or ever going to be War Chief again. And it's just one of those, like, I'm not saying he will. I'm just, it's something I'm hopeful for. Ooh, hello, Zeratul. Oh, bot Zeratul, you're so silly. Grab the gems. So, we have Thrall, Brightwing, Johanna, Azmodan, and Kael'thas versus Malfurion, Gazlo, Zeratul, Chen, and Vala. There we go. Took out Malfurion. Trait Lightning is such a good ability to make him a solo laner. Every time it hits a single enemy, it gives him a stack of Frostwolf. Watch. So then once you make it where it can hit more enemies, it just adds to his survivability. It's something I used to not really put together. Somehow I never really used to put that together. That Gazlo. He just stood there.
Good riddance.
Powering up. He's hulking up. Alright, ride the lightning. You see? You just watch my Frostwolf and watch the lightning hit enemies. See? So good. So good. Problem is, now I used to take Mana Tide because I used to think that would, because he would get so low on mana. I thought, man, I used to think it was a mandatory choice to help out with his mana because he would run out of it so quick. But I realize now that's not really that big of an issue. That Vala bot just stood there and let those towers kill her. Oh man, when you said the AI level down, boy did they get dumb. Oh, it didn't kill Zeratul. Oh well. And you know what? This is not necessarily a bad comp to get Earthquake against.
Yes, that is enough.
Blood and Thunder! Silly Vala. So when you think about it, getting the other choice at 16 to get a second charge of Chain Lightning is really not that bad of a choice. Because then you can just keep doing Chain Lightning over and over and keep getting Frostwolf Resilience, and it just becomes insane survivability. Oh man, you can tell that Zeratul a bot. There we go.
Well done.
But see, look how little mana I already have. This comes 40 mana, 60 mana, 65 mana.
Your enemy's fort has fallen.
And it goes back and forth between buildings too. It's great. Because it's every time you damage an enemy. Alright, here we go. Earthquake. Problem is, I have no mana. So I'll turn this in and then I'm going to go back and get mana.
Altar awaits the gems. Bring them. Bring me their power.
I must go heal.
Alright, so now that I have full mana again... And right now, Thrall is considered one of the absolute highest top tier assassins in the game. Partly because of his survivability. He's just so strong right now. Get back here, Bala! Haha! Got you!
Fall before the whole.
And... Oh!
Fort falls.
I could go turn in. In fact, my teammates are turning it right now. I'm trying to see if I can maybe go grab this camp first. Nope, not in time.
As promised, my magic.
Oh well.
is
Get rid of these walls. Silly walls. Look at Chen soloing here.
my web weavers. Slaughter their foes.
Ooh, this could be a decent earthquake opportunity. Yeah. Actually, up here. Here we go. And... Loktaruga! Got him!
Kill them. Yes, kill them.
I like how the like the main boss forces on the map start cheering you on. Like, yes, kill them, kill them. Like, we are rooting for you. All right. I got Giant Killer because they have a Chen. Alright, getting a little caught. Getting a little caught. You see how much extra damage I did to Chen there? Yeah! Aw, Kael'thas. Dude, come on, man. Alright, I'm gonna go drink a sippy cup, and then we'll go turn in these gems. In fact, I may go grab these, Nope, you know what? Asmodean may finish this off before me needing to get the Merc camps, so...
Your enemies.
I'm gonna go get them now, because he ran away. Meanwhile, my teammates are dying. Alright, let's go turn these in. Ooh, this is a good opportunity to use Earthquake. Let me turn these in. I'm going to go up here and drop Earthquake. Especially if they're going to go in real deep here under the fort. Yeah! Ah! Let's go, Chad. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's go with Forked Lightning. Remember, every time it damages an enemy, it gives me a stack of Frostwolf. Alright, turn these in. And that'll give us another group of Spider Queens.
Well done.
Let's go up here and continue to push top lane. My teammates look like they are looking to end with those Merc camps.
My web weavers shall weave a web of death upon your foes.
There we go. So now the Spider Queen is way up here. I am once again very out of mana.
Well done.
Get a regen globe, second opportunity to drop another Earthquake, and Luktar! See that? Oh man, it's so great. Not bad. Look at that, 13 kills.
Well deserved.
MVP.
Now, of course, Tempest Fury, where it has, you know, or is that the name of the talent? The 16 talent where it has your Wind Fury talent hit 3 times, and the third time it does, like, extra damage. We'll look at that in a second. Yeah, Tempest Fury, yeah. This is obviously still not a bad choice if you're going with a basic attack build to go hand in hand with Giant Killer and follow through. So, it's not a bad choice. You can go either way here. Some like Blood for Blood. I find that, you know, if you want to add to what you've already built here, this can really help out because this can also restore your mana here. So, Forked Lightning or Tempest Fury, you can go either one. Not bad build. And then, of course, I didn't even get to 20, but yeah, you can see why Thrall right now is considered one of the absolute top assassins in the entire game. Just so much survivability with that type of build, with Chain Lightning. And of course, you know, he can just hit really hard. And as you saw with Earthquake, when it slows them down, adding that slow plus having it do damage, you combine that with others such as Bloodlust from Rhaegar. If you have a Muradin and he goes with Give Him the Axe, that adds to his damage. I mean, it can do a number of things to help out in team fights. Just really, really good. And that is my War Chief. And we'll be taking a look at somebody else when we come back. Stay tuned.